Hi, my name is Belinda Johnston and I'm a vet specialising in bereavement and the relationship that we have with our companion animals. What I want to discuss here now is the topic of animals grieving. A lot of people do realise that their animals have the possibility of grieving themselves, whether it's for their companion animals that they have lost or for the humans that they have lost. And what you sometimes see is that there is a decrease in appetite, restlessness, anxiety, changes in behaviour. They can become more dependent. Anything that you notice that is different following the loss of a companion animal or a human carer can be attributed to grief. But obviously all animals are different, and it may be that you don't see any signs at all. And someone did say to me recently that they were very surprised that their dog that was left after the companion had died didn't react at all. They were expecting a lot of howling, a lot of anxiety, no impact at all as far as they could see. In fact, if anything, which can happen, is that the animal that is left behind takes on a new lease of life and enjoys the new attention. But they can be upset because you are upset. They can pick up those anxiety levels, or they can be grieving on their own. They obviously can't talk to us and explain what is going on, but we do see significant behavioural signs. If you find that the behaviour changes are too much, then it is important to go and seek advice from a behaviourist who will be able to guide you. When animals are grieving, because they live in the now, they don't necessarily understand what's going on, but they are aware that their companion animal isn't there. People often say, shall we allow them to say goodbye? And it is useful and important to do that if it is at all possible. What we don't suggest is that they're present at the euthanasia process. We don't feel that is appropriate. But after the euthanasia process, if the animals can be reintroduced to each other, you see a variety of reactions. Some no reaction at all, some a sniff, some are pawing, and that can be upsetting for you as the owner to see that happening. The reactions can be very different, but it has been shown that there can be some reduction in the grieving behaviour that we see by allowing a companion animal to see their dead companion. If you know that the companion animals are going to be parted for whatever reason, it can be helpful to prepare them. If they're used to being fed together, then maybe feed them separately, maybe increase the amount of time that they spend separately. That is something that some people do find is useful, but there is no prescription for this. Some animals show no reaction at all, others do, and it's difficult to have any rehearsal for the real thing. With the animals that are left, it can be very tempting to treat them differently. Maybe give them some treats when they're being a bit more attentive and seeking your full attention. But what is important is to try and keep their routine to the normal structure, because in the same way that that helps our grieving process, that also helps them. It may be that it helps you to provide them with a bit more comfort, and that there is a dynamic benefit, you comforting them and they comforting you. But if you can try and keep to their regular routine, it does help. Some people have suggested that temporarily changing the environment can alleviate the symptoms, but there's no hard evidence for that. Whether you get another pet is very much your own personal decision. Don't feel you have to rush out and replace the one that you've lost. Don't feel you have to provide another companion for the dog that's left behind. But if and when you do want to get another pet, then what you want to be aware of is that don't have expectations as to how they're going to get on. It may be that their friendship takes a while to develop. It may be that they don't like each other at all. Some people get a new companion before the loss of the other dog. Either way, whatever you decide, it will be right for you, but do take time and bear in mind that you can foster and look after someone else's dog in the meantime, just to give you that opportunity to see whether it's going to work for you or not.